Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome back, actually, to SFR for season 7. We start here at Monaco, and it's a weird one. First of all, I'm SFR Jinx. Yes, I'm supposed to be racing tonight. Yes, it does have me down on the drivers list, but I'm on pad, and pad and Monaco, when you race on wheel, do not go well together under any circumstance. I'm really excited to be here tonight, actually. Monaco is a great race. The cars handle brilliantly, as I've seen through many different races. I mean, big, big, big name leagues have already started their racing, and there's been some really close racing. I think there's a league in Australasia that's quite big that have already started, and their tiers have seen some great racing that's a lot better to watch over the course of a whole race than previous games. Obviously, none of those have decided to go to Monaco for the first round of the season. However, we blame the spinny wheel of death for that one. Good evening, fastest racer. Do not spectate me at any moment. Um, Negative. We can definitely get you on stream at some point. Um, I think we should definitely ride an onboard qualifying lap with you. Give me a moment, chat. I will be right back with you. I definitely think it's a good idea. I think everyone in chat thinks it's a good idea. Hey Finns, don't spectate me when me and Shu are close together. I'm doing that just for the ticket. Like, there's gonna be a ticket pop up, so I'm just spectating that for another POV. Everyone knows they can clip the mainstream and use it as their defense, so be prepared, my good friend. Be prepared. Basically, don't stream. It's Monaco. You can't not, especially when there's a few drivers here that are really good. Um, we're getting more and more drivers in. In fact, we now have 14, so we'll toggle the drivers list so you can see who's here, who's not. Obviously, you can see a couple of people on ride bars, but that's not too much of an issue. We've seen Potato Internet before, and it does get better. We'll see what these servers hold out like. SFR Leclerc obviously won tier 2 last year, with some really good work from Montoya to help with strategy, but obviously they're not in the same team anymore. So it'll be interesting as a battle there. If I'm not mistaken, Montoya also took pole. If I'm not I think Montoya took pole last season, so keep an eye out for Montoya. Um, he could do some damage quite early on. A couple of people readying up early, but that's to be expected. They'll ready up and just wait and all that lot. Fun fact, VIF Callum used to be called Potato Gaming, and ironically he had bad internet. Do you know what? In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Constant Ryan is from Ireland, and he makes the joke himself that he is Mr. Potato. We are still waiting for the SFR Potato merch line to come out, but that is still somewhat in the works. Short quality it is indeed, my good sir. Only 14 on the grid tonight, so it's not really worth it. Might as well go short. Save those extra couple of tires for the race. Not that you're gonna need them. If I'm not mistaken, it's a medium hard this year. Everything's a medium hard this year, but unfortunately, as well, we're gonna have to live with the fact that we're using EA music and not our music because just yeah. So EA can sue us, Twitch can sue us. It doesn't matter. The best I'll get is a 5er. Just waiting for constant round and normal jinx, and then we should be ready. Alright, so come on then, ladies and gents, your top 3 for qualifying. Your top 3 for qualifying. I must say, I haven't seen Constant Ryan in this game yet, but I think I'm going to say Montoya, Leclerc. Ooh, Montoya, Leclerc, and then LSRWs. I don't know why I put the tyre on. Everyone's going to be on hard. Everyone's going to be on softs. Like, there is no qualifying on mediums. Who's going to be the first person to brake, though? That's further down the grids. That could be an AlphaTauri. And that's a Ferrari. I was wrong, it's an Aston Martin as he goes up the hill. That is Flying Caveman. Nice to see Flying Caveman back for another season in the Aston Martin this year. See what he can do for his first lap. Obviously the track is still very much green, got to be really careful. Run a lot of downforce here, but you can also run quite a really light front wing, to be fair. The car does most of the work for you. It's the rear wing that you'll struggle with. You need the braking, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Gives a bit of a wiggle for the camera. Nice to see. Bit of showing off for the fans. The battle of the potatoes will be on. See who else is out. Russell is out quite early as well. I think he might actually be the second person out, or he might have been beaten out. He was beaten out. He was beaten out by Maxman. Last second one of the tyres from Flying Caveman. Obviously new generation of cars, so the handling is a lot different. Obviously that mid-range underfloor downforce. He's still valid. Let's see what he can do in Sector 1 as he comes up the hill. Sector 1 split is just after the sharp-ish right-hander. And that is impressive. I'll give him that. That is rather impressive. Let's see who's where. LSRW's now approaching, but he's invalidated. Maxman is on a slow lap. He is not on a slow lap. In fact, he is invalid as well. Normal Jinx in the AlphaTauri. Purple Sector 1. He has purpled Sector 1. As he comes around the hairpin, down, out towards the tunnel he comes, and he is still looking like he's on a pretty decent lap. Yellow flag in the tunnel. I don't know if that's seating position for a faster car. It's going to be interesting coming into the chicane. Nicely taken, nicely taken. Fastest racer goes first with a 1:11.491. That's still 2 seconds faster than what I was doing in. And that has just caused a massive hold up. Maxman is finally on a lap. Not too sure what happened on his original go, but move. Flying Caveman has gone 53.2, but is going again as the times start to roll in. Finn second with a 1:12.1. Project 4 third with a 13:1. Can Max Man himself do? In fact, I think... No, I was wrong. Comes round the final corner now. Can he do? Power down nice and early, DRS open as soon as possible. And he goes fourth with a 1:13.9. Jez is in the tunnel in the AlphaTauri as well. Bit of a lock up into out of the tunnel, sorry, down the hill. Goes what can Jez do? I mean, I know Jez has been is running no assists again this year. I think he's running line. He may not be running line. 1:14.4. I haven't got my glasses on and I'm a bit further away from my screen, and that is the man that everyone wants to know. What can he do? A lap with Leclerc down into turn 1 on the power as soon as he can up the hill. Shifts down to 5th, down to 4th. Keeps the power down. Not sure if Leclerc's running ABS this year. If he is, then fair play to not locking up, riding the curb nicely, but that will unsettle the car if you run it a little bit too much during the race. That's something I found out whilst I was doing practice on the wheel. Fuel load gets a little bit quirky on you, bounces the car a little bit. I have no idea what kind of lap time this is going to play. However, he does, again, as per usual, look rather rapid. Montoya has retired from the session. I don't know what's caused that. He may have crashed. We'll find out very shortly. And down across the line, Montoya hasn't been set a time, so Montoya did crash second, a 1:11.9, fastest race it looks to be going for pole position. Jinx 2 goes fourth, 1:12.1. Was that a help from his teammate? We will not know just right yet. Constant Ryan in the Mercedes this year. Actually, I don't think he is in the Mercedes this year. I think he's reserving. But to see him in something that isn't Williams is quite refreshing. Good line, really good line. Now, it has been a minute since I've had to commentate Monaco, so there's only one real corner name that I can remember, that's Saint-Davot, and the rest of them blank. And I know Jamie's going to have heard that, and he is going to be in the chat any moment, reminding me every single corner name, and Constant Ryan goes first. As the good old Sways used to say, Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things. A 1:11.227. Can he be beaten? Well, Flying Caveman's close to it. Flying Caveman goes third with a 1:11.7. Normal Jinx, I believe, has just moved up to 6th with a 1:12.1. Just Geordie due to set a lap time of his own, along with LSR Weeze, who is actually valid. Flying Caveman has just retired. Not too sure what's happened there. That must be the best that he can do. What can Weeze do? Throws the car in just the right way, and he has purple sector too. Now, if that's a bug from the last game, I'm not to believe it, but we'll find out. Pit entrance on the right, final corner. And he comes down the main straight, comes across the line to put himself fourth with 1:11.7. It is close again this year, ladies and gentlemen. And by I say again, I mean, it was close in a few tiers last season, but this is probably the closest I've ever seen SFR. As Callum goes third with 1:11.5. That's pushed Leclerc down to 7th, Finn's down to 6th, Weeze down to 5th, and Caveman down to 4th. What can the Haas driver of Maxman do? So the final chicane of the lap. Final couple of corners, pit entrance on the right, final corner right, DRS open as soon as possible. He improves, he goes 11th though, 1:12.8. If I'm not mistaken, I did see Geordie put a lap time in as well, he did, a 1:12.1. Geordie's coming in. Project Raw. Seems like he could be on a lap. I'll tell you what, it's really good to be back in the comms box, and I know it's only a temporary sort of thing, as I will be in the Red Bull next weekend. But it is very good to commentate again, whether it be solo or with someone. I don't mind either way. You'll see some drivers start to come out now just to put in a last-ish lap. But I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of Geordie, Callum, Maxman don't come out just for a little bit, just to keep the track clear. Project Raw going again. Here he is in on board with the Alpine driver of Fastest Racing, was holding provisional pole. DRS now open down the main straight and trying not to hit the pit marker boards, or the pit boards, information boards. Into Sandovot, and then up the hill. What can he do into the Sector 1 split time? Is it good enough for pole? Or at least provisional pole? We will find out. Throwing the car around nicely, finding the grip. He is a little bit up on his time, 8/100ths of a second. Taking a little bit of the inside curve on the hairpin. What's his split going? Down. Now through the tunnel. Comes Ryan, goes even faster, 1:10.7. Can he be stopped? Only Fastest Racer will be able to tell us. I don't know if he's pulled himself a bit heavy on fuel either. Again, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see that far. We shall see. He's still valid. He is still valid. What can he do? Comes on the final corner. Now, down to the line. What can Fastest Racing do? 700s faster, but not enough for pole. SFR Leclerc brings himself up to 4th. Is he going to go again? We will find out. he is slower. That will be Leclerc's lap time. They're done. His teammate Alisal Rees. In fact, I am going to have to move a bit further forward, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see who's where on the track map, because it is very small again this year. Mercedes driver, I believe that is Quantum Ryan, is coming into the pits. So it is Rees, and Rees is 6/10 faster. And he just about manages to keep it out of the wall. If that isn't damage, he can go again. He chooses not to. So that leaves an Alpine driver, I believe. I want to say... Nope. Why can't I see where... So Haas is coming around last, so that could be Geordie. It's not Geordie, but Geordie doesn't have enough fuel to go again. No damage on Viper Shoes car. But he is 7 seconds down, so he is going to have to go again. Does he have fuel on board? He does not. He is going to have to pit. But he will have time. He should have time to get back out. He's retiring though. Vince is on an out lap. However, Maxman is already on a lap. However, is slower, so that would be Vince the next set lap. And you know what? It's not the worst looking car on the grid. I'll give Williams that. It's not the worst looking car on the grid. In fact, I thought all the cars this year were going to look a little bit horrid. I think I wasn't going to give it enough credit, but hey, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. That is a Mercedes on his way out. That would be Constant Ryan. I believe there is only one Mercedes tonight. As Finn dives into the hairpin. Finn's again been pretty fast this season, in practice and in social races and stuff like that from what I've heard. Let's see what we can do. He was pretty quick in his time trial as well, I'll give him that. Slow car, that is Jez. Tiring in the pits, and that isn't wrong way around Aston Martin. Does Vince have the fuel to go again? He does. Vince can go again, but he's not. So people on laps. Callum is on a lap and is 2/10 faster than his fastest current lap. That would put him second on current timings. Can he find time in the final couple of corners? He goes second with a 10.748. That is not too far off. Finns and Maxman are done. Callum can go again. Fastest racer, what can he do? Before he does anything, I believe... Nope. It is fastest racer. What can fastest racer do? Can he get back the crown? He could. He could very much take this from Callum if he can find the time in the final sector, just like Callum did. Very tight, nice line, nice line. This is a brilliant lap from fastest racer around the final corner, and he plants his foot, opens the DRS. What can he do? It's only good enough for fourth. Shane, Constant Ryan is done. The Haas Geordie, however, that is not done. Coming around the final corner now, and he opens up the DRS. What can he do? He did get a good enough traction, but was it too slow? It was good enough fifth. It was good enough for fifth. Now, what can... Leclerc goes fifth. Callum comes into the pit, so The lineup for tonight: Constant Ryan on pole with a 1:10.669. VIF Callum with a 1:10.748. Not too far off, actually. What's that for? 8 hundredths of a difference. That's not much at all. LSRB's in third, fastest racer fourth, SFR Leclerc fifth, Just Jordy in sixth, Flying Caveman in seventh, SFR Fins in eighth, Project War ninth, and Normal Jinx in 10th. Viper Shoe in 11th, and I'll get to the rest. 1.5 up in spin. Trust me, I know the pain. It's Monaco. Aha, there we go. Viper Shoe in 11th, and Maxman in 12th, Jez in 13th, and Montoya, who unfortunately didn't get to set a time in his shiny new McLaren. Thanks to, I believe, and he'll tell me if I'm wrong, binning it on a quali lap. And I was right. 8 hundredths of a second rounded to the nearest hundredth. So, that is your lineup, the Mercedes on pole. Why are we not surprised? Happened last year, happened this year. And by last year, I mean all of last year, pretty much from IRL. But I digress. The Ferraris in 3rd and 5th, they're holding pretty strong. And the Alpines a little bit further down. Not Alpines, no. AlphaTauri's a little bit further down, but they can cause damage. Now I believe I will get a start time from the boss man himself. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be at 1/2 past. Give the 5-minute break as usual. In fact, I have been given just that. 20:30 start. Half past 8. Oh. What a season this is going to be. If Monaco is this close, I am terrified for like Austria, France, Britain, Belgium, let's think of other tracks that'll be close. I want to say Miami, but Miami very much is you love it or you hate it. It's kind of like Marmite kind of track. You get me? It's a track like Marmite. You love it or you hate it. And trust me, I know a few drivers that do hate it. How? I do not know. But they do. Leclerc, I'm looking at you. Now, I can't remember what the predicted strategy is, but if it's anything like last year, it'll be an easy soft medium. No, it wasn't last year, was it? I want to say it was a soft medium last year. But if it's anything like IRL, the mediums and the hards will be the two best tyres. Counting down the seconds until race start, the first race of the season, round 1, Monaco. As soon as that gets underway, boy oh boy does our season properly start. Now, For those of you who haven't kept up to date very much with the Twitter or with the track draw, we have a very much out there kind of calendar this year. Obviously we start here in Monaco. Next week we fly to Austria for the Spielberg Grand Prix, or the Austrian Grand Prix, depending on what you want to call it. After that we go to France, Le Castellet, and then round 4 will be at Jeddah. Round 5 will be Canada, 6 in Mexico, 7 is our first sprint race of the season, Abu Dhabi, with round 8 being Japan. Oh, I can't wait to get these cars around Japan, they feel so good. Round 9 will be the Emilia-Romagna Imola Grand Prix, to those of you who know it as Imola. And round 10 will be Monza, so double header in Italy, not too far apart. Belgium, our only 100% race of the season, round 11. Round 12 will be Singapore, so halfway through the season we go from one of the street tracks of hell to the other street track of hell. Round 13, Bahrain. Oh, I can't wait to get that over and done with. Miami, our second sprint race of the season, will be round 14th. That'll be the start of November, first weekend. Round 15 will be the 12th to the 14th of November. That'll be Brazil. Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Round 16 is Silverstone. Round 17 is Hungary. Round 18, start of December, Spain, Barcelona, with a reprofile turn, I want to say turn 10. That'll be interesting. Has a lot more flow this year. Then we go to Zandvoort for round 19 and Austin for round 20. Baku round 21 and our final sprint race of the season, Australia, round 22. We cannot wait for you to join us every single week right here on twitch.tv/SFR_RL, and I'm pretty sure the drivers, after having seen tonight's results, can sit there and agree that they're quite excited to share that space with you as well. Constant Ryan starting on the mediums along with the IF Callum, and I'm gonna guess Alice Albies is doing the same. In fact, I'll be surprised if no one apart from Montoya is starting on the hards, on the mediums, sorry. I reckon Montoya will be starting on the hards. Shall we find out? Detail. Jez is starting on the hards. Max, man, starting on the softs, hoping to clear through the pack as fast as he can. Is it possible at Monaco early? Or do you kind of have to wait a little bit? To the drivers that do have the stream up, best of luck tonight. Best of luck. If I'm not mistaken, you guys get to do the whole formation lap. So I hope you've been practicing your lineup. Wait for everyone to just spin their tyres up a little bit for the last time. Montoya lines up on the final grid slot, just like so. Five red lights, it's a horrible view, but it is lights out and away we go here at Monaco. Down into Sandevot, there's a bit of pushing and shoving, but do you know what? Callum's got through and Constant Ryan has dropped down to third, but bit of a tussle, that's fourth. Constant Ryan down from first to fifth in the opening laps. Jez moved down one place, Montoya up two. And it is all going on back here. What is Normal Jinx doing? Normal Jinx is making a move down the inside of Flying Caveman, and he gets it done. Good move. Good move. Flying Caveman having to defend from Finns, who was looking to make a move, I believe, around the inside of the same corner. Must have got a little bit loose on the exit. Maxman not moved just yet, so I don't think those softs are working too kindly in his favour. And let's just have a look then at the position changes. So Constant Ryan down by 4, biggest winner. Normal Jinx up by 3, and joint with Geordie up by 3 as well. A few good little moves here and there. SRVs and Callum up by 1 each. Leclerc has dropped 1 as well. Montoya up by 2. Maxman has gone up by 1. Callum is the fastest lap of the race so far. Now let's change that back to tyres, and let's move down to there you go, medium hard, soft, medium hard. Those are your predicted tyre strategies. Leclerc, who seems to be very tightly on the back of Constant Ryan for the first sector, but slightly getting pulled away from in the second. Fastest racer, can he make a move? He looks for it. Only for a second though. .4 the gap between fastest racer and just Geordie. DRS has been enabled this lap as well, so keep an eye out for some moves on the main straight, because that's really the only place you can use it. Geordie a little bit all over the place. Fast Racing's a little bit light out of, I want to say, I believe it's like turn 3. I believe it's turn 3, I'm not sure if the turns on the hill count. Yellow flag casino. Haven't seen any damage yet. Montoya looked like he may have had just a little bit. A nice little DRS train from Geordie backwards. He's holding up the pack quite nicely as well. Like he's got himself a good position and he's defending well, which is all he needs to do for the rest of the race to get a podium, as long as everyone copies him. Faster as he can't make a move into Sandoval. It's a bit of a shame. Be nice to see some moves at Monaco this year. Close for Geordie on the wall, and Geordie spun it. Geordie has dropped down to 8th, 9th. That has now released the pack. Can fastest racer close up on the leaders? His current gap to the leader is 4.3. He has to get that to drop. He has to get it to drop, but Constant Ryan could give him a hand. If they don't fight into Sandoval, they should be okay if they're using the DRS to their advantage. Constant Ryan dropping back a little bit in sector 3. 7 tenths the gap now, 8 tenths the gap. Viper Shoes 3-second time penalty for cutting a corner. He was a bit further back in this race. Geordie is in the pits, not liking those mediums too much at all. Might have been early damage from his tussle with Constant Ryan, so might not be too happy about that. Viper Shoe has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. Obviously savable on his next pit stop. Montoya closer to Maxman than ever. Max Man's tyres wearing out. He is harvesting energy, and Montoya isn't. Super defensive, that's a 3-second time penalty. Montoya knows that he's got that position now. Can Montoya pass him this lap? There's 5/10ths the gap. I think that's roughly what you want to be to make a good move on the main straight. Round the outside of Sandevot, is it possible? He's beaten him. He's beaten him into Sandevot. What a move from Montoya. Sit up the gearbox. Pressure, 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 pressure. Mistake and pass. Great move from Montoya. Now the charge for 9th for the McLaren driver. Finn's 5/10ths behind Caveman, who is 9/10ths behind Normal Jinx, who also has a penalty as well now. LSR Wee's actually pretty close to Callum. Those two tussling it out for the lead. McLaren versus Ferrari. I'm not mistaken, something that happened quite a bit last year. Surprising to see it again this year. 4/10ths the gap. Is it enough? Flag in sector 3, that is a Haas driver who has lost a lot of time. This is going to be the strategy game for the McLaren and the Ferrari driver. Well, the McLaren driver and the Ferrari driver. Who's going to come out on top? Well, that all depends. I do wonder if Weeks has got the official Ferrari, strategy team. If he does, then Callum will come out on top. But if he has some brains about him, he may pull that undercut, which isn't for a few laps. I don't think it's until, I want to say, lap 13, 14. At the earliest. So he's dropping in and out of that 1 second range. He's now going to use the DRS just to close back up to Callum. And whilst he's doing that, our very own SFR Montoya is making a move on Project Raw. Actually, on the main straight. Done and dusted, he has 9th place. Now, the foot goes down. 8th place is in his sights, 3.5 up the road. The chase is on. Can he get it? Medium hards. Hards don't feel great around Monaco. From time to time, you've got to work your way up to them. You do have to switch them on this year, they don't just come on and turn on hot. I'm sure the softs taking time out of Geordie ahead of him. But those softs, as we've seen, only really last until about lap 6, lap 7. So he will have to pit again soon. That might be good enough for the hards though. I don't think Rubbish has used them yet, so Chu could use those hards anytime now. Montoya now 2.6 from Normal Jinx. .6, Normal Jinx is not having a fun time. Either that or Montoya is cheating. .4 the gap, he's put 1.3, 1.5, 1.6, and increasing on Project Raw behind. Remember, all these drivers on same light volt tyres from Jez upwards. Montoya now 4/10ths I don't know if there is damage on that AlphaTauri. It doesn't seem to be. But he is going very defensive. Three-tenths the gap. Can Montoya keep it at the crucial 3 to 4 tenth mark for that overtake? Both of them have ERS. Montoya pushing, pressing. Again, like I said, look for the mistake. Leclerc is in the pits early. Is that for a wing change as well? It is for a wing change. Leclerc has pitted for a fresh front wing. And Montoya again has passed Monaco Jinx. Leclerc on the hards early. I'm not too sure if the safety car works in this game, but we will find out. Montoya now 8.7 from Fins. Can he close it? That is crucial now for Montoya to close that gap between him and Fins. 8.5. Jordy just tense from Maxman. What can Jordy do? Can Jordy pass him? Jordy running out of ERS. But with that being said, if Jordy can catch him, I see no reason for them to swap. Jordy's on the hards. They've just about started to switch on. Oh, bit loose out of the penultimate corner. So Maxman looking to use the DRS to close up on Leclerc. Who's going to be nursing those fresh hards. No mistakes. Absolutely none. Constant Ryan, fastest racer, been fighting for some time now. Rear wing opening up nicely. Flying Caveman in the pits. It doesn't look like a front wing change, that looks like a pit to overtake. Clear out fresh hards. 7 tenths the gap between himself and Jez. Jez slightly taps the wall out of the exit of Sandoval. Has that opened him up for potential? Leclerc pulling out, backing off just to make sure that he doesn't get into damage. Clear 1/10, 1.5 tenths is the gap. And a close round in before the DRS zone. Jinx in the pits for fresh. That Flying Caveman is out. And has started to warm those tyres up just nicely, starting to catch Project Raw. That might be my bad. It's a fresh front wing, but remember the top 15 in every race gets points. So everyone who started today ends up with a point, as long as they finish. Actually, I think it's as long as they qualify for qualifying, like actual qualification, race classification. Montoya has good pass Weeze, but Weeze is in the pits and is just about to come out. Project Raw is now passed. So remember when I said about the close racing? This is what I mean. Weeze was second, and has come at 7th. That's how close it is this year. It used to be that if you were in the top 3 and you pitted, you came out somewhere in the top 3. That's a Red Bull. The last thing you want to do is open yourself up for an overtake whilst you're warming up your tyres. However, you can't really push too hard, otherwise you'll bend it in a wall. As always, it's 11 seconds from Montoya. Callum, surprisingly, but I think he's on the point of blistering. He is. Callum needs to pit. But he stays out. Okay. Fastest racer, box 2. Keep position by the looks of it. As the hard tyres go on that car. Finn's now passes him. Well, actually that's Haas, that would be... Apologies to Max Man. Mediums. That's a whole new nose cone needed. And Babashu has retired. Well, looks like in the pits. Pit stops have now slightly spread the field a little bit. Weeze has a 3-second time penalty for what I can believe to be track limits. clear on slightly all the hards than normal Jinx, chasing him down. 3 laps the difference. But he is the more experienced at Monaco, so bit of tyre saving, bit of tyre usage, goes a long way. Maxman on the hard, almost a lap down from 12th. Interesting, but he's saying in it because he knows that he gets points. Now Leclerc is 2/10 the gap. Can he get past? Not this lap. He's run out of energy as well. Pushing too hard, maybe. And ahead, then you have one tyre on the hards as well now. Maxman's retired in the pits. There's his points for tonight's race gone. Buster takes fastest lap of the race so far, at 1:13.2. Did LSRBs come in too early? It's a question he will be asking himself all night. Did Weeze come in too early? It looks to me like Weeze having come in when he did has put Callum very, very much on the front foot. Picks up penalty, but it's starting to battle with Frank Gamer. Project War 3/10 behind. 4/10. Oh! And just that ball. down the inside. It's still there. It's still there, and he's got it done. Actually, I think he's forced Jez out there. SFR Fins, what can he do? Can he get past Flying Caveman? With ease. Not too sure what's happened there, but my man has no front wing. Probably got a bit too trigger happy on the throttle. SFR Leclerc still trying to get past normal Jinx. That tyre gap is now starting to show itself. Either that or his confidence in the car just isn't quite there. Apart from Wheeze on Fastest Racer, no, Wheeze on Constant Ryan, that now seems to be the closest battle we have on track, apart from obviously Montoya, who's now chasing down Fins, which I figured it was going to be close. I just didn't know how close this year. These two Ferrari boys chasing down their positions. Up the hill, Leclerc goes 3.3 at the top of the hill, give or take. Normal Jinx hits the brakes a little bit early there. That's going to have hurt Leclerc's insides a little bit there. Actually, it might have hit him with some actual damage as well. Leclerc's getting a little bit angry with his driving now, and only he's going to understand what I'm about to say because of the amount of times he's watched the movie, but Leclerc, you're a fluffy cloud. Sarweez now drops out of that DRS range of Constant Ryan, 1.3 the gap, so back to the previous statement, this is the closest battle on track, and it's between a Ferrari and an AlphaTauri, which, funnily enough, this season is becoming more and more common. Just still sticking it in. He is on fresh mediums, which will now go to the end of the race. It might be a little bit screamy on the final couple of laps. Caveman has left the session, and that is because he has retired in the pits. 3/10 the gap this time around. Geordie's retired. That could be a safety car. That should be a safety car. Nice to see the safety car's broken again. And yes, every time someone crashes, there should be a 3-lap safety car. Seven tenths. This battle with normal Jinx is really hurting Leclerc. Really hitting him now. That's an aerial shot from the bay side of things. I could live with this camera. Penultimate corner, final corner, Leclerc DRS as soon as he can. Close up that gap. Jezza passes Project Raw, who's pitted for softs. And the AlphaTauri of normal Jinx has now just binned into a wall at the exit of Sandoval. Meaning he's going to have front wing damage, putting him further and further and further behind Leclerc. Now the hunt is on for Leclerc for Montoya, his teammate last season. And I believe the tier constructors champion too. I didn't see what Fins did to Caveman. If I'm not mistaken, actually, Caveman just spun on his own. Because I believe Fins was 6/10 down. Yeah, 6/10 down from him. Leclerc 14.9 now to Montoya. However, fastest racer is now very much in a I've almost called, ready to pass GIF Callum. A little bit of a correction. It's soft, it's late enough to go for them. Alpine, could we see an Alpine on the podium? Could we see an Alpine on the top step of the podium? In fact, as it is, this podium is different to any podium we've had in the last 2 seasons, I want to say. I can't remember seeing an Alpine on the podium last season in Tiers 1 or 2. I saw it on Tier 3 a couple of times, but Tiers 1 or 2, I can't remember seeing a McLaren on the podium at all last season. Maybe once. And was Mercedes up there much? And Mercedes was up there latter end of last season in Tier 3. Normal Jinx is retired. That is a DNF at the chicane again. He's He's hit the barrier going in too early. That's unfortunate. He's probably shouting and screaming right now if I know normal Jinx. Project War on the soft tyres, approaching Jazz. 0.33 the gap. And those soft tyres will now definitely be in their optimal operating temperature. Oh, racing. Yes, baby. I think both of them just had a moment there. I'm not too sure what's happened. Either that or they're letting cars through. Yeah, they're being lapped by, I want to say... it's not the leaders. It's a McLaren though. It is Montoya coming to lap Jez and Project Raw. Is Jez gonna let past? Project Raw did. By having to obviously let pass, and Jez is spotted. Jez has let him through by accident, of course, but he has been through. Spins in front of the crowd. Now, Gabs. McLaren in the bits. Best lap of racing coming, ladies and gentlemen. Give it an outlap. Maybe some ERS harvesting on that lap. Best racer is going to lose out to Constant Wyatt. And potentially, Constant Wyatt lose the gap with Callum as well. He could lose out big time too. They have the Irishman on the podium. This time, I'll say it's been 3 races since we last had the Irishman on the podium. I don't think it was in the last race of the season. I don't think it was in the last race of last season. So, it'll be interesting. After 2 seconds, all he's got to do is keep it 1.5 now, because that's just doing all the legwork for him. Now Leclerc. 35 seconds, he's not going to find that time in this lap. But you know what? Never mind. Both drivers pretty much out of that all-crucial battery power ERS. So this battle is crucial for Constant Ryan, who just has to keep it round about where he is. Leclerc has completed his installation on those tyres, so they will be now at operating temperature. There it is, a 1:12.431. Good time. It's qualifying for some of them. It's qualifying for some of the drivers. You are on qualifying time as well, so I'm not doing too bad, pal. 3/10. Is that enough? It is not enough this lap. Do you know what? Callum might have just saved enough ERS. He has. Saved enough here, you know. And if they battle at all, that opens the door for Constant Ryan. In fact, I hazard a guess to say that the door's going to open for Constant Ryan to take the win. It is. Very much is. Constant Ryan and SFR Leclerc are the only two drivers on the track so far without penalties. And one of them is just taking fastest lap of the race, and the other one is within DRS of the cars ahead of him. Okay, just a little bit outside now, but is within, you know, punching distance. Do you know what? Callum hasn't had a break this race. First of all, he had reeds up his gearbox. First of all, he had to make the pass into turn 1. Then he had reeds on his gearbox until Reeds pitted early, thinking pit to overtake, which didn't unfortunately pan out for him. And then let me get him back into the game. There we go, Callum has rejoined. Callum will be able to take control of his car any second now. You'll be able to tell based on the way that he comes up the hill. I think he might have a problem with being ghosted, but we'll find out, because that looks very much like a... yeah, that looks like he's driving again. Yeah, Callum, what can he do to defend his position now? Fastest Racing will be wanting to take that from as fast as possible. I don't know what the penalty situation is like. There you go, Callum's back in his car properly now.
It unghosted him. It is registered that he is in the second place to unghost him. Not sure why there was the perfect place. Do you know what? That's how Reese has come back into this battle as well. He's only 5/10 off Constant Ryan now. Pack's starting to close up down there a little bit. Finns has pitted and put on a fresh set of softs, looking for that crucial fastest lap. Can he grab it from Leclerc? Only time will tell. Finns now one lap more soft, so they are at operating temperatures. Can he get fastest lap of the race? The hunt for that lap is on. Leclerc is, if Leclerc's closing the gap, which he isn't, then things wouldn't be getting fastest lap. He's going on to the second time penalty. He cannot get in an incident with Constant Ryan. Otherwise he'll be picking up something like 5, maybe a 10, depending on what the cause is. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Udre, fastest racer on the final lap of the race. Comes into the final for a couple of corners and definitely in the final sector. Penultimate corner. Final corner being chased by the Mercedes and the Ferrari. It's fastest racer that crosses the line in first. Constant Ryan second, finishes first. Reese third. Callum will cross the line in fourth. Not too sure what happened at the end there. Montoya crosses the line in fifth, but will go up to fourth. Finns doesn't take fastest lap of the race. Leclerc in seventh. And I believe best racer, what a race, mate, indeed. Good evening, mate. Let's see if we can get the rest of the lads in. And driver of the day goes to Montoya. Do you know what? I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Driver of the day, definitely SFR Montoya, 100%. And of course you are, mate. Of course you are. I just need to remember who that Ferrari driver was. I believe it was Reese, who I will grab in a moment. Gotta love the Mercedes team gear down on the ground, all pixelated. And it was Reese. I invite him to a party once more. He may take it, he may not.
Let me see if he said anything. He has not. So, under the fact that he hasn't said anything, I'll start with you and probably end with you, to be fair. Um, I mean, with a child now attacking me. So, bear with me a second. Just bear with me a moment. And in fact, I'll be able to grab your car as well. Me trying to remember what car you're in, then also me, the Alpine. Leave that session. I can't remember where it is off the top of my head. Is it here? Nope. There it is. Uh, there it is. More info and toggle UI. There we go. And now I'm ready to do my post-race interview. Might as well. We may only have one, but hey, one's good enough. One's good enough for me. If your audio's included, mate,
Yeah, it is.
then I mean, what a race from yourself. Obviously, you had a battle with Callum. You had battles all across the board, up, down, left, right, front, back. Um, got a pretty decent start as well.
Yeah.
Constant Ryan had a bit of a I don't want to say a bit of a hard start, but he just struggled to get those tyres to switch on for him early on, um, before the first couple of corners. So obviously you managed to get past him and just walk us through your race, tell us how you find it went, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I don't know what to say actually. Really. Yeah, the start it's fine. I tried to go for the inside because I thought that's the safest way. Turned out to get overtaken around the outside by just Jordy. Unfortunately, lost a lot of time to Callum and I don't know who was in second at the time. So when he spun, of course I took an advantage of that, and from that moment on, I started trying to get away from constant iron. Yeah. Um, didn't really work out. Then in lap 15 I pitted. Didn't think I was going to get such a good undercut. And yeah, since then it was just one battle with Callum and later on with Constant Ryan as well. I don't know.
yeah. Obviously
Yeah.
towards the end, um, Constant Ryan was really starting to catch you and Callum, um, and you knew you had penalties, but I mean everyone wants to finish first on track, right?
Yeah.
And even if obviously you didn't win today, you know, thanks to penalties,
Yeah.
everyone will sit there and go, yeah, but I won on track, and that's what matters. Did you think at any point that you were at risk of losing that on track win?
Yeah, when I got the penalty, I was like, first, okay, I have to actually pass Callum to go and push away. Well, he wasn't. That's, I don't want to be rude, but he was slower than me, and yeah, there was no way I could overtake him, and I was like, shit, what do I do now? Well, yeah, I thought let's hope for Ryan to get a penalty, but he didn't. So yeah,
Yeah, he's
that's how it
he's
went.
he's good at keeping it clean. He's good at keeping it clean around a lot of tracks in which you'd expect people to pick up penalties. France being the big one. I don't think I've seen him get a penalty there ever. So if you're uh, if you're around for the season, then trust me, you are going to have to beat him
Okay.
outright. There is no beating him on penalties.
No.
He's not one to let that go. Um, we go to Austria next week.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure who's going to be covering that because I very, very, very much plan on taking the Red Bulls to their home track. Um, you excited? You're not liking it? You're liking it? How
Mm,
you feeling?
it's been a good track for me in the past in league racing, but can't remember me winning there. And penalties is just one big hell for me. That track, but we'll see how it goes, and then hope for the best. I think.
Well, congratulations on your first podium of the season. Obviously, I can guarantee you, as I know from personal experience, it's a massive, massive boost of confidence for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Um, so, massive congratulations, and well, I say I hope to see you on track, but I hope to see you in my rear view on track next weekend.
Well,
But congratulations tonight, mate, and yeah, have a great evening.
yeah. Thanks.
So there was me chatting a load of crap about how Constant Ryan and Alice always weren't in the party. Apparently, my Xbox decided it wasn't going to notify me that they had joined the party, and they are now here. So we'll go to Alice Always next. Weez, if you could include your audio, mate, that'd be grand.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
included.
thank you very much. I will go to the Ferraris now. Yeah, no, for some reason the Xbox decided, yeah, we're gonna invite them, but we won't tell you when they join. That's on you to figure out, mate.
Yeah, standard one.
Indeed, it is. Now, you got into the top three on lap
Yes.
one. You were second for so long, and I referenced it. I saw you pit, and I was like, that is definitely a pit to overtake, and it just didn't come to fruition. Talk us through your race. What happened? What didn't happen? Did the Ferrari team strategists screw you like they do in real life? Just
Well,
how do you find that Monaco went? Seeing as like it's Monaco, it's the first race of the season, and it's Monaco of all tracks as well.
yeah, it went alright. I wasn't there wasn't a planned pit stop. I actually had a little bit of wing damage, and he started pulling a little bit of a gap. But I knew if I had to stay out any longer, it just build and build. But yeah, I'm happy with third. Uh, I was looking at fourth for a while, and then I saw Callum had a few problems with his game and ran out of fuel at the end. But yeah, I think it went alright.
Yeah, I mean, you had some. I mean, it was what, maybe 11, 12 laps, give or take, where you were just not necessarily like right on his gearbox, but within the range in which it was making him sweat. Um, was it tough to keep up with him? Was it tough to give him that challenge, or did you just feel at one with the car today?
Yeah, I felt pretty confident. It was my first time running no line and no ABS at all, so I was pretty happy with the pace. Uh, it was a bit hard to keep up with him, yeah, but I was just trying to manage my tires while trying to push him to build heat up in his and eventually start sliding everywhere. But by the time that happened, I clipped my front wing behind him. A bit unlucky, but nothing more I could have done.
It's one of those things. It's a bit unlucky, but it's the sod's law of racing, isn't it? You sit there and you
Yeah,
put your own plan into place, but something always happens, and you have to adapt to it. As
yeah.
previously mentioned, it's the first race weekend of the season. It's Monaco. It's done. It's out of the way. Finishing on the podium, surely to God, that puts a smile on your face. Hearing you're on the podium at Monaco
Oh,
in the
yeah, for
first race
sure.
of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the penalties I picked up at the end because I was getting a bit frustrated. And yeah, I'm just happy with whatever I could have gotten today.
Congratulations. Well, like I said, Austria next week. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen you drive there before,
Yeah.
and you did pretty well. I think you finished either on or near the podium in that race too. Um, you feeling confident in on at that track on this game in these cars?
Uh, yeah, it's alright. Give and take. Um, Obviously having to learn all the tracks again out of my head can be a bit hard, but yeah, the track's alright. Nice overtaking, just the track limits are a bit stupid, but yeah.
Where aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Where aren't they? I'm looking at you, France. Well, congratulations on a podium tonight, mate.
Thanks,
Well
man.
done, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks. Thanks for the race, everybody.
Mr. Potato himself, Constant Ryan. Please tell me audio's included.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much. Do you know what? Coming into this race, I had no idea what your pace was. Absolutely none. I knew you were quick. I knew you'd given Leclerc a run for his money in the past. I'd seen you give, you know, Montoya a run for his money in the past. But new game always spits up new performance for different drivers, and I was genuinely on the fence as to whether you were going to be one of the people that got the same way as last time and you're still really fast, or if you got sort of shunted by the game a little bit and you dropped to the back of the pack. And oh boy, did you impress tonight! You put that Mercedes on pole. Okay, yes, you sat there and you struggled on the first lap, but to finish first with no penalties, that's something special. Tell us how you feel, mate.
Yeah, I just kind of kept it chill a bit. First of all, I was on to Wee's fastest racer and Callum. The four of us were quite evenly matched, and some one of us were
Yeah.
faster at different points of the race. It was really, really fun actually because I was pushing quite hard. So it was really enjoyable. So well done to them three guys. Yeah, in this game I've definitely felt a lot quicker to be honest than I have in previous games. It just suits me. I think it's mainly down to the braking. I can brake a lot harder than I used to be able to. So I think I'm just finally getting the hang of no ABS 3 games later. Um, but yeah, I felt very quick in practice around here. I was well doing pretty well in time trial around here, which is not really a great barometer, but still is quite high up. But yeah, the first lap, I don't know what happened at the start. The car was like, nope, I'm not going forward. I was like, fair enough. So when that happened, I didn't panic at all. I just decided just to sit there. 39 laps is a lot of laps, and I figure I let people around me make mistakes and hopefully I could close back up. And yeah, I felt it in the second half of the race. Well, after I managed my tyres and I came out of pits, I definitely felt I was pretty quick catching back up. And there was no point trying to overtake. No point risking it when the guys had penalties. It would be kind of stupid around Monaco, because there's not a massive pace difference between the four of us, and it definitely wouldn't have ended well. So yeah, just kept it clean and really, really enjoyed it, to be honest. The race flew by. Sweating quite bad after that, to be honest. I had a couple of hairy moments, but yeah, great race, to be honest.
Trust me, there was one moment right at the very start, right at the very, very start, where you lost a couple of positions and there was a Haas on your left hand side. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Geordie.
I think so, yeah. It was.
And you got a bit of wheel spin out of Sandoval, and both of you started to head towards the barrier,
Yeah,
tapping wheels, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a train wreck. Oh no, what am I about to witness? And both of you came out of it pretty well, unscathed. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually had to say this to you before, but Constant Ryan, you are the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix.
a second time win, I think, actually.
And and again, as previously mentioned, the first race of the season, mate.
Yeah, pretty
And
nice, especially
you
as a
know,
reserve.
it must be a weight off your shoulders to win at Monaco in the first race of the season. Now you know the track's over and done with. The rest of the calendar is all right. Yeah, I mean Singapore still exists, and yeah, Kota still exists, but the rest of the track is still pretty decent. The rest of the calendar's still pretty decent.
Oh, I'd race
Um,
here every week. I love Monaco.
don't say that too
Happily.
loudly. Leclerc is listening.
In the wet, that'd be great. Everyone using no assist. Be
Oh
very fair.
God. Oh God. Oh God. Can we just kill him now? Can we just take the potato from Don?
Potatoes are easy to grow. Don't you worry.
um, I don't know if you're racing next week, but if you are, it's Austria.
I think the next one is Saudi Arabia, which is a track I absolutely adore. It's probably my favorite track. Um, I'll try make France next week. I don't know. I honestly don't know till like Thursday or Friday. I actually have hate Austria with a vengeance. It's just I don't know, I've never went well there. Um, but yeah, I'll try and make it see if I'm free and just probably start last or something and take out some guys, especially Montoya.
Hey, that's the best you can do. You
Yeah,
can try and turn up and have a bit of fun. That's what SFR is for. And
exactly.
whilst we do say that competition is key, so is having fun. Let's be
Giving
real. We all
Montoya
race to have
wing
fun.
damage is key.
Yes, especially now he's not a Red Bull driver.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want with Montoya. He's not a Red Bull driver this season. As long as you stick away from the Red Bulls, it's fine by me.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations tonight, mate.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the next race that you do attend. It probably won't be me commentating that one because, like I said, I do plan on racing the rest of the season. It's just that I have a child's first birthday party to host tomorrow, and I'm about 7 miles away from my wheel. And I race on wheel, so I was not doing this on pad. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. I saw how some people struggled on
That's
the
for sure.
normal means of racing. So, yeah, congratulations to everyone tonight, actually. Monaco's not easy at the best of times. Monaco definitely isn't easy when it is the first time you've raced in a few, like 2 months, I think it is now. And it's even harder when you implement the fact that it is a whole new handling mechanic. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you everyone for turning up and racing and putting on a great display, as always. And thank you all for watching as well. Without you guys, SFR wouldn't be, we'd be a racing league, but we'd be behind closed doors, and you guys always entertain yourselves in the chat by asking questions and so on and so forth, which we're always happy to answer. Like I said, a week's time, Austria, the home of the Red Bulls, and it always throws some spicy racing. I think my best memory at Austria, I went round the outside of Vapid at turn, turn 4, 5, 6. I went round the outside of Vapid at turn 6 and held it too. My favourite memory of Austria. So, yeah, that'll be at the exact same time next week in the exact same place. Keep an eye on our Twitter as well. I believe it's at Supreme Formula Racing. Trust me, you'll find us. Keep an eye on the Twitter. There's always stuff going up on there. To those of you that have raced today that are still watching or are going to watch, any clips you find for this week that you think are brilliant, send them into the Discord. Any photos you get from watching your replays, send them to the Discord. And again, keep your eye on Twitter. They will be posted in a competition called Photo and Clip of the Week. So give us your best. But that has been it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Monaco round 1 is out of the way, and we can now get on to the easier tracks to race around. To go wheel to wheel. I have been SFR Jinx. You guys have been wonderful. The drivers have been even better. Thank you all for watching. SFR, where competition is key. Good night.